guys, welcome to our review of The Last of Us on HBO Season 2. And if you're still here, congratulations.
You made it.
You made it. You're still watching the show for some reason. We're still reviewing it for some reason, so we can commiserate together. This episode had some pretty cringy moments, but it also had some real cringy moments. I'm just like head scratchers, but also some really good performances. I really like Dina.
She's the best one.
Really
I'm
like
rooting
Dina.
for
It's
her.
a huge crush now.
Now she's gone.
She's
Who
on my
else is gonna
favorite character.
leave?
She goes from one of my least favorite characters in the video games to one of my favorite characters. Just to show you, man, the performance of somebody can really elevate a character.
Oh, for sure.
Ellie, Joe, did she start working for you? Has she improved? And the answer is looking like no. Joe, have you seen some of the pictures of Ellie in the last episode, like doing her cross-eyed acting? I'm like, man, this. Somebody told her to really go for it, and the cross-eye look is not.
Still
not a good
not
look.
feeling
It's
it.
not.
I just can't. Like,
It's bad.
again. The other ones
However,
just
we
stand
bring
out.
in some big stars here, okay? We got the fucking Westworld guy. That doesn't look like anything to me. And because you're bringing in some of these higher caliber actors, you are elevating some of the scenes. So what's this guy's name? Forgot his name. It was Isaac or something like. Yeah, it was Isaac. And we have intro with Isaac, which I found interesting, and
Josh,
glad we're
from
expanding on a character. Who the fuck is this? I keep hearing this.
From
Oh, did you know
Drake.
the cameo? I'm like, I don't know who this
So they're
is.
from
Josh and
Nickel.
Drake.
Yeah.
I don't
So
know what
no.
that is.
It was more distracting than
It
appropriate.
was. It was.
What
It's
is
like, what
it?
the fuck is this guy doing here?
Yeah.
It's just like a kid show for Nickelodeon.
It's our generation.
Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah, but I
didn't watch Nickelodeon.
Yeah, I didn't
like
watch it either. I
the
watched
kid
it.
shows.
It was
I don't watch
fast.
cartoons. I'd rather watch a cartoon than watch some bunch of kid actors do nonsense. So Josh and Drake. It was Drake.
No, it was
Josh.
Josh.
Yes.
All right.
I'm familiar enough with him, and
He plays an asshole here.
he plays an asshole here, which was surprising to a lot
And
of
he
people.
blows up to a grenade.
and then he dies.
Okay. Spoiler. Whatever. Anyways, what did you guys think? Okay, so but then we get the train, the subway station with the red, which was a really fun moment in the game. Some good gameplay there, and then we get the big reveal that not only does Ellie get bit in order to protect Dina, and Dina is like, turns on Ellie, so we get that emotional resonance. We also get the reveal of Dina being pregnant, and then for some reason, one of the most inappropriate sex scenes. Again, said a lot of cringe here. Really giving that boat scene a run for its money. I can't wait to get. I can't believe I forgot to mention this fucking boat scene that's coming. I'm sure Neil Druckmann's gonna leave it in there because I'm gonna just have sex. Just put the sex in there. And Sonny's like, man, you need to chill. He's like, no, this is my game. You chill. It's gonna be a sex scene where she takes it from behind, and then also Ellie is gonna be fingering Dina with her nasty infected fingers that are gross. You didn't wash your hands, and that's gross. Leave Dina alone.
They're clean. Every single scene. They've been traveling for more
That's
than
what I was
a
gonna
month.
notice too,
It was-
because like in the game, Ellie
gross.
is dirty.
They're
Her
gross,
face
yeah.
is all like
Dirty.
messed up,
Gross.
and this is like she's just
Dina's
got,
hair is curled and she's wearing makeup, and
They
it's
look
like she
so
looks
clean.
and it's a little thing, and I don't like, because I don't care
No.
anymore. But it's such
This show is crazy.
I noticed it.
yeah,
though.
it's just the level of quality of this show is fucking wild to
Yeah.
me, because there are scenes that are
One
awesome.
scene, like
Isaac, awesome.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome. Isaac
And
is
then
super tense. And then there's like cool zombie scenes where it's like, hey, this is really cool. There's dudes hanging from the ceiling. Like, wow, they're really going with some really interesting things.
That's what I was
And
gonna
then
mention.
we have some like a scene where she's like, I have to kill this person that I may or may not have feelings for. That is one of my, like romantic feelings, but I know that I love him as like my really close friend. And then she's like, I'm immune. She's like, I'm pregnant. And then we immediately have sex. And
really
then
bad.
you wake up, and then immediately I'm gonna be a dad. And
Yes.
it's like, what the fuck? 5-minute
just-
quality.
Just inappropriate in this moment.
It feels like there's 3 different writers and directors doing these
Yeah.
different scenes, because the quality is so all over the place,
Yeah.
and I just.
And then we have, so we go from a scene where you have these, and I did watch the behind the scenes. This is the first time I watched the behind the scenes for these hanging, what do you call it?
Corpses.
Corpses. No, wolves, right? Yeah. No, they're
those are
left.
wolves. Yeah.
And their guts are hanging out. Apparently, those were real actors. You know, they didn't use dummies. You know, but they put on the prosthetics, and it looked so good. And then the next moment, you have this little ferret trying to baby hug a large soldier. You know, Ellie attaching to. It looks like, what's that? You know, Mike Tyson when he's playing with that little kid guy. It's as if that kid guy hopped on his shoulder and tried to choke him, and he's laughing.
Yeah,
this little kid, and it just looks bad. The believability, and I think she breaks his neck or something.
she stabs him.
Oh, that's right. She stabs him and kills him, and I'm like, okay. She did get help from Dina, so that helped that scene a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is kind of the tale of two directions. You've got some really some talent featured here, and some of the set locations. No, 10 out of 10, man. 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 for these sets.
Yeah.
My God, they look so good. When she's playing her guitar.
Yeah, that was a good scene.
It's like right out from the game.
The game but then you have some of the writing and some of the directing and some of the changes. And I don't know who is this. Craig? Is it our friend Neil Druckmann coming in and doing these changes, because some of them are not working. So yeah, that's kind of how we feel. Obviously, we get the scene with the guitar. Failed to talk about a touching scene. She sings a song, "Take Me On." Surprisingly, Bella Ramsey already knew how to play guitar, and she's not the worst at it. If you actually put it up, these two side by side, it's not the worst. So she does a good job here. At least in that particular scene. But then, yeah.
Then there's the other
Then
one.
there's the other stuff. Yeah,
There's
it's
the
just
other
like
stuff.
the other
There's a naked man with his pee-pee hanging out. Thank you, HBO. I appreciate the pee-pee hanging out.
It's important.
You're not going to give me no boobies, but you got to give me the pee-pee. All right. That's fine. Thank you.
Yeah.
They've
Torture
given you a
pee-pee.
lot of boobies with the other shows. Now it's...
I know, but why throw in a big old fucking cock? Like, just because it's HBO? Like, there's no reason to do this. I mean, in the video games, it was obscured. He's sitting on a chair, and you could do that creative lighting. But no, it's
Like, you don't have
HBO.
to have him
We're
completely
HBO.
naked. Like, he's just burning his hands. He doesn't...
But
Take off your
why do we
clothes,
have
I'm going
to
to burn
do
your hands. It's like, why? My hands are not covered.
I mean,
Take off your clothes.
To make him uncomfortable, Joe.
he says, HBO! It's HBO! And then I was thinking about Alex. I'm like, are these pans really that good, these saucepans? Because if so, I want one.
They're
I
so
was thinking
expensive.
about that too. I was like, I
French,
wonder
is
what
this real,
Alex...
or is this I gotta ask Alex.
Yeah,
They're so
I was thinking about...
expensive.
Okay,
Like, I
they're
was like,
real.
Oh, copper pans are great. Yeah, but you
No,
get
God, the fucking French brand. There's
Oh,
like a
don't
specific
believe-
brand.
don't-
He's like,
look.
I always wanted this brand.
Yeah, because he was always going on the spiel, and I was like, I wonder what Alex was saying about this.
The French can absolutely fuck off when it comes to their cookware. Le Creuset is wonderful, and if you're rich, I'm not, buy Le Creuset. Have your rich family buy Le Creuset. Lodge makes wonderful enamel cast iron pans, and they will last you your entire fucking life.
So buy
for
Lodge.
$50 to $100.
Okay.
The same Le Creuset is like $450 to $600 just because it's from France. And so
Honestly, I was very disappointed with the food in France. When I went to Paris and I went to some 4-star restaurants, I went to some Michelin because there was a video game company, and we went there. Very disappointed in the food. I mean, it's obviously delicious when you're on that level, but when I compared it to food that I had in Hungary, I liked the food in Hungary better. I was like, what the fuck? So very disappointed. Maybe I went to the wrong restaurants. I got to figure out what restaurant that was, because I rarely get this. Maybe the food was too fancy for me.
I
Like
love
gastrointestinal
discomfort.
psych. No. There's a name. Gastro-Scientology. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Tom Cruise is there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I guess. What else can we talk about? It's what did you think about this particular episode? It's just
I
kind of
like the action. I like Jeffrey's performance. He's always great. I've
Yeah.
always liked him as an actor, Isaac. It felt out of place with Josh.
He's
but-
the same voice actor. All those.
Yeah,
He played the character there, and he plays it here.
fucking great. I love that. I love his scenes. But again, she is still not working for me.
She's not aggressive. She doesn't feel
carry-
dangerous. She doesn't feel
doesn't.
unhinged.
It's-
Like
we said before, it's too clean. I do like the action scenes. I do like some of the locations were straight from the game, so I'm enjoying that. But the in between kind of is bringing it down for me. So I don't know if we're doing final.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do final. This could be a quick one.
Yeah, I'm between like a 6 or 7. I do like the action scene with the clickers because I was worried it was just going to be nothing but scars now. But I did get the clickers. I was like, okay, good. Now it feels like a threat. Let's kind of continue this going forward as well. But I'll give it a 7.
I'm going to go with the 6. I think the locations are awesome. I think everything looks really – like you can tell where the money is being spent. They did a really good job and like the guitar scene. And, you know, not everything has to be one for me to love it, but like it looks really, really good. The things that aren't one for one, there's some things that aren't working for me. Like the fact that, like, if I remember right, didn't Tommy leave first, and they don't know if some of these kills are things that Tommy is doing?
I got that. I want to talk about that later. The whole Tommy versus Manny thing is maybe not even going to happen now. They are totally underusing Tommy, and it's upsetting.
Yeah, so there's some weirdness there, but I think that the most awkward thing is the whole Dina coming, like saying that she's pregnant, and then it's just immediately accepted. Ellie is saying that she's immune. It's after the period of time, right? She waits like the 15 minutes or however long when she's lying down, and then it's just like accepted and like let's get down. Just get down to
like
it.
In the game, she gets mad at her.
Yeah,
because it's like, what the fuck? You're pregnant.
We're on
and
a
she wants to
suicide mission.
You know, like when I was in the game, I was like, why are we bringing pregnant women to the battle?
Yeah.
I mean, Ellie was on my side. She was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and then they try to, lighten it up with I'm gonna be a dad, and it's just like it's just so awkward and it's cringy and it's strange. So I don't know. I think there's a lot of things that are making it. I feel like there's 2 directors or 2 writers because some things are not working.
There is. It's Craig and it's Neil.
Yeah, and I don't know who's
doing what.
Who's doing what?
Yeah, but I mean, some people are acting their ass off, and I love every scene that they're in, even though that they don't look like the character that they're from the game. And then there are other people that I don't think they're acting their ass off, and it's just some people can be miscast, and it's.
So what'd you give it?
A 6.
What'd you give it?
7.
Yeah, I think it is a 6. And the reason I want to give it a 5 because half of it's work and half of it's not. However, because some of these moments were impactful and awesome in the video game, I'm biased towards that. So the guitar scene, the horror, in the tunnels with the red flares. We got action bits here and there, the set design, all this. You could tell that the money is there, the talent is there in many aspects of the show, be it, like I said, set design and some acting, great acting. Isaac, Dina, these are people that are actually carrying the show and having to basically lift some of the weight off of Bella's shoulders as Ellie. And I'm hoping that Ellie gets better as we go along, but
we've been saying
with
that
all of
for
these
a long
cringy
time.
bits
It's
here
not-
and there,
yeah.
it doesn't seem like she's changing at all. There's really no arc here. It's probably just gonna smack us, when the time comes. So yeah, if the next episode looks like they're bringing back spores, potentially. They're doing a lot of spores stuff, and I thought they got rid of the spores. But I really couldn't understand this trailer because I don't know about y'all, but the subtitles, at least for this trailer, is like, oh, it's snare. It's snare. I'm like, what? What do you snare? It's in the air is what she's trying to say. So I don't know if it's the actress that has a speech impediment or just the sound design or maybe my fucking TV, the trailer for episode 4. Or episode 5. So we're going to see, is it hard to hear people in episode 5? So, yeah, that's gets half of everything right, but only because the sheer force of will and some on the staff are really talented to give it that extra point as slightly above average, 6 out of 10. Let's go into the episode break. Now, and so it's And so each week, I'm not looking forward to this. You know, I would totally understand if you have dropped off by now, or if now is probably where they're probably going to start seeing some viewership drop. And really, I'm only returning to see, how do they change things from the game? Do they fuck it up? And some of the talent in the, costume design and set design, not the... What do you call it? Coherence advisors? No. Where the person whose job is responsible to be like, you had dirt on the left side of your shoulder on that particular piece of clothing.
And stuff like
it's
that.
not. It's consistency, continuity advisors.
No one's dirty ever.
They're not doing
They're
their
super
good
clean.
job. Yeah. All right. So here we go, episode 4 breakdown. So we have the Fedra betrayal scene. This was great setup, great acting. The scene wasn't ruined for me because I don't know who Josh is and Josh and Drake, so it just was some random asshole that was So, and I thought he actually did fine in acting.
Yeah.
He's probably a great actor. Obviously a Disney star, right? So, for other people, it might have took him out. Sort of like the moment of Game of Thrones, Ed Sheeran. But for me, since I didn't know who it was, I just thought he was a random actor. I thought the scene was perfect. And I really enjoyed it. And it's a surprise betrayal. Mm-hmm. They call the fucking citizens voters as to mock them because they have no voting rights anymore. Fedra just took over just like that in the game. Really good stuff. And then we get Ellie and Dina straight from the game. They don't know what gay pride is because they're just like, what is this flag? It's rainbow. Oh, this is a nice town. It's happy town. It's like, but yeah, I would think that you would still. That's in the game too, but it's not that long ago when society collapsed. I guess so, but
she's
you
young.
would think
She didn't
that,
know.
You would think that because there was prejudice that was shown in previous episodes, the word of mouth would still be a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they used to have gay pride. They used to do this and that. But, So, but anyway, Dina makes a good point. So that point was, in the last episode, I'm like, if they march towards that, WLF, they're going to see the fucking town. The guys with the fucking binoculars is looking. Yeah. And she makes that point. Initially, it's a good point, but then I say, oh, wait, it's not because... You've already fucked up. If you were able to see the fucking satellite with WLF, they would already see you. So you've already fucked it up right now. However, luckily, it's explained. 'Tis explained. They're all fucking dead in there. So they, what is it? The Seraphites took their revenge. I was like, oh, man, are we going to have kit glove scars here? And they're not very good. No, they retaliate. And they rip up a bunch of the bodies. They rip their guts out, and it is crazy. But before that, we have a little detour here. They go into a record store, and they're just playing on the drums. Like, yeah, let's just make a bunch of fucking noise. Let's make a bunch of fucking noise.
Well, they already said it was clear.
We're in the zombie apocalypse.
Opened the tank.
We have multiple
factions
at war with each other. Let's make some fucking noise. Sorry, I'm going over the top.
Yeah, that didn't make sense either. It's like, just, hey, can you calm down?
She finds a new guitar in there. She's like, yes. And she kisses the little packets, to keep it fresh. I like that moment. Little touches like that. They're still cool. Then she sings a song. What song does she sing? Alex.
Take on Me by Aha.
Yeah. This is like the game. It's well done. Straight from the game. Good stuff. And then we cut to the naked man with the pee-pee hanging out. Thank you,
Isaac
HBO.
is showing off his pans. He's like, hey, these are some pretty sweet pans.
Mm-hmm.
Then he starts heating them up. He's like, tell me where you guys are going to attack next.
I don't cook, but I want the pans. Yeah. Alex come to my house, he cook because he pretty much lives here too.
Yeah, you don't want those pans.
Yeah, I don't want those pans. They're too expensive.
They are too expensive, and then you got to polish them all the time, and they don't hold heat all that well.
Ask Alex if these are real. I have that note.
Yeah.
All right. FLF were killed. They got the bows in them, and they stumble upon this horrific scene, which is really well filmed behind the scenes. So they put a lot of work into it. And it's just a moment, and it just shows you these things
That's terrifying.
build worlds.
It's like, holy shit, like, what the fuck is going on
So
here?
their insides are outside.
Yeah.
All the work they put into it paid off. Just then, the reinforcements show up, and they're like, oh, shit. So there's some tension there. It's like, how the fuck? Are we going to do the video game right now? Are we going to kill every single one of these? I am not going to believe this because I would rather believe, some headshots here. But they go with her taking on in close combat because they set it up previously. So she does the grappling with the dude in the barn. She does the grappling with this guy here who looks stronger than the dude in the barn. And she's winning, fighting a grown man. It looks hilarious. But Dina does show up and save the day. Dina shoots a dude, which I guess distracts one of the other guys, and that can give you your thing that he was distracted, and so she fucking stabs him, takes him out,
take off,
jump out the window, and retreat. But they're in hot pursuit. They go to the transit tunnel. We can fit under there. They can't fit. And I was like, man, if I was to just put my gun, just like fire.
That's what I was thinking, but they didn't see him. I was like, all right, that's fine.
And I was thinking, okay, I'll let them, since they can't follow, I'll wait to see if they leave, and then I'll come back out that hole. But I guess if they're smart, they post somebody right at that hole to make sure they don't come out. But no, we don't want to do that because that leads to the video game, which is the red flares in the subway. And if you play the game, it's a cool sequence. Kind of does the same thing here. Big action sequence. The train is being pushed around. The flares disturb yet again some of the spores, which brings the horde. And there's a lot of people, so we have a lot of FLF that just showed up, and they get killed off. Oh, forgot to mention, here's more cringy heavy-handedness that the show doesn't need to do. Like, you're already going a very mature adult storyline. We get it. He goes, I'm gonna kill the babies too. As the guys show up as they're, oh my God, kill them all. I'll get killed. And women and children too. Yes, the women and children. What if there's babies? Kill the babies. It's like we get it. Whatever. Anyways, so they fight in the subway, and then what else happens?
Then they finally break through. They go through the ceiling, the exit hatch, and they
to the theater.
Go into the little turning system.
Oh, yeah. Turnpike thing. And that's when
gets stuck, and she reaches out and helps and gets bitten. And then they go into the theater scene. She's like, I saw you get bit.
Yeah.
And then they have a little mini fight, which wasn't done well.
No, this is not done well. I did feel some of the tension because Dina's already pointing the gun at her, and I was just thinking, if I was in that situation, if I coughed at all, I get shot. If I make some weird movement while I'm sleeping, I get shot. If it wasn't Dina, if it was anybody else, but because it's Dina, she's looking for a reason not to kill Ellie because she is so invested in her and has fallen in love with her after
she's gonna be
she did the guitar. It doesn't matter if you're gay, doesn't matter if you're straight. If you already like somebody and they have some musical ability,
I'm gonna shoot you.
then them guitars get the women, yeah, and you're gonna shoot you. Okay.
So yeah, she's just here. Like it's like, look, I'm immune. She's like, why didn't you tell me before? They start talking about it. It's like, look, I'm gonna sit in this couch. You could sit way the fuck over there, and nothing's gonna happen. And she's like, okay.
Some water gets on her, and then she jerks a little.
Jerks a little bit. Hey, just some water.
Yeah, I'm good. And then there's another standoff scene, and she does some explanation, and then we get the line,
I'm pregnant.
And then
they immediately make out. They immediately make out, and then she fingers her.
Yeah.
With the dirty ass infected
Faded black.
hands. That you literally just let the clicker bite you, and then
they shower and wash their clothes every day.
It's true.
There's a washing machine on the back of the
and
horse.
Yet, so that was so gross and apparent to me, and yet they're complaining about morning breath. This is gross. What do they do to get rid of the morning breath?
Beef jerky.
She goes, beefy, and I almost threw up.
So now it's beefy and it stinks. Great.
All right, anyways, let's get past this scene.
Well, no, because the most important scene is I'm going to be a dad.
All right, go ahead.
That's it. That's the scene.
Yeah.
She just immediately. It's like, hey, I know that we are really
No,
good friends, and we made out and we just had sex, but now I'm gonna be the father of your. And I know it's a joke, but
I mean,
it's
this
so,
is like, yeah,
it's
it's
just like,
joke,
what the fuck
but it's
is this?
inappropriate. It's cringy. It's what the fuck is this? It's jumping too many steps ahead.
Yeah.
It kind of deflates. If you're already into it, it kind of deflates some of this. And, you know,
It's also infinitely worse than what we had.
Right.
And so when you're making these changes, I think you need to do a better job. And I cannot see people going like, this is better than Ellie going, wait a minute, how long have you known? Why the fuck didn't you tell me? I never would have
you're a
brought
fucking burden now. Too late.
I would never have brought you out here because I'm going to be worried about you and your child the
Yeah.
entire time. Like, this is...
That's way
we're
more
on a-
drama.
We're on a suicide mission. This is not the time. And, like, I think that was better than I'm going to be a dad.
Awful. It has nothing to do with they're gay or any of that kind of stuff, but they also actually have that conversation. They're, about Dina, and she's coming to terms. She's like, I've always liked boys. I've always liked girls, but I got caught up with the boys and then Jesse, but it just wasn't working out.
Mom was mean.
Mom was mean to her and stuff. And then, then she does I'm going to be a dad. And I'm like, but why would we make that change? If you're going to make change, make them better. There's far more character, tension, motivations, and stakes when you do it in that other way.
Yeah.
If you're like, hey, what did, it's like, no, because Ellie really does care about Dina, and you're fucked. You're out in the middle of nowhere. We're literally on an island. I needed to get you back. Anyways,
Then they hear some explosions. They go up to the roof,
Yep.
and they're like looking at the map. They see a whole bunch of chaos. It's like, okay, where we need to go is that
this is how
way.
we thin out the WLF without having to spend too much budget. I guess
more.
the swarm is all over them. There's some explosions in the background. I get real close to my TV and see it's even in 4K, it's really hidden. There's just little. It's bad, but it looks good from a distance.
Yeah, and it's like, well,
trying to
I'm
pick 'em
going
up.
by myself. No, you're not. We're gonna do this together.
Yeah,
Then they do it.
you
together.
stay behind. That's the little lip service we get. You stay behind. It's like, no, together, and then okay,
I'm like, no, you're fucking pregnant.
and that's it.
You're not fucking coming.
So then we get that little scene with the snare.
It's a snare.
It's in the air.
Oh, snare.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what I
she was
thought
playing
she
the drums,
said.
yeah.
It's in the air. So apparently, and then this clicker's like breathing spores. They're bringing spores back.
Is that for
or
the
I don't know.
the fifth?
They're
I
like,
didn't
please
see it.
watch the next episode.
Oh.
Yeah, I did.
And I guess maybe
Please,
this is the
please
hospital
watch.
boss scene. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't know where we're at
We
really.
haven't seen Abby in a while. We did get mentioned that...
I don't think we've seen any shamblers, which was a type from the game. It was like in between the big boys and the fast ones. What?
Nora, right? That's what they dropped on the radio.
Oh, yeah. It was so convenient that they dropped the Nora name, and now that they know they're over there, let's go get Nora and the rest of them.
Yeah, well...
And because they're not doing the spores, in the game they were wearing masks, and her mask smashed, so it's a little more believable and a little more natural when she's running and doing all this exhaustion without a mask. Clearly, she's immune. But here they have to do the overnight thing, and it's like, bitch, I'm not gonna pay I'm tired too. I'm going to bed. But
That's why
I
you
guess-
tie her to the chair, right?
Yeah, tired down.
The rope is right next to the washing machine and shower they brought.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, well, 6 out of 10, essentially. Episode 4, we have 3 episodes left.
If I can add one more thing, I do think it's a 6 out of 10. I stand by that because I think there's more scenes. But cohesively, as the series is developing, now that we're, more than halfway through because there's only 7
Yes.
episodes, things are kind of unraveling for me.
Yeah.
As far as like...
As
Because,
we kind of assess things as we go along.
Yeah, I try to judge each one of these episodes like in a vacuum without with minimal context from like what's coming at least. But I'm starting to see like more and more cracks as hard how these things are going together, and I'm worried that we're going to start getting really steep drop-offs because like how many scenes of Isaac are we going to have him carrying the show? Like,
because we have to stretch this out, because we are doing a 3rd season,
Yeah.
I'm starting to feel like what's about to happen is we're getting all the Ellie stuff right now, and we'll go with Ellie all the way to season or all the way to episode 7. We need a little bit of Abby stuff in episode 7 to make that transition. Then what's going to happen is episode 3, Abby's taking over, just like in the video game. You get to see all this stuff from Abby's perspective.
It's not the same.
You get to do all the Abby stuff. You get to punch zombies out with one fist.
She can't.
She'll bulk up next season, Joe. I don't know. And then the latter half of season 3 or season 4, if they want to, that's when we get the Ellie confrontation with Abby, and from Ellie's perspective, and then Ellie makes the stupidest decision in the video game after all that shit. If you know the game, and makes the whole thing fucking pointless.
That's it.
Yeah.
Is it though?
Joe, shut the fuck up.
Really makes you think, Joe.
It really makes.
It's a thinker, no, it's a stinker.
Yeah. Okay, and it was intentional. It is explained, Joe.
Yes.
It is explained.
Yes.
So the next episode is again Craig Manzin again, and then the final 2 episodes, like I said before, 6 and 7, is going to be taken over by Neil Druckmann. So if things are really bad in 6 and 7, we know who to blame. Or if it's really good in 6 and 7, then Neil then we can blame Craig for some of the bullshit that's been going on. All right. Well, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you on the next episode on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys.